Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. Hosted by Brian Poduska. And sponsored by Real Property Management Focus. Certainty Home Lending. Donovan Creative Agency. Bethany Rowan with Rowan Homes. The Frisco Fighters Arena Football Team. Total Care. PBJ Mortgage. And by Team Watson Redeemers.
The Community Difference Frisco was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Frisco starts now.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Community Difference Frisco show. You are watching episode number 29 of the Community Difference Frisco. If you have not seen us before, we are a community-based podcast bringing on local guests and community leaders. They fall in 5 different camps, right? So community leaders, politicians, business owners, entrepreneurs, Frisco ISD leadership, nonprofit leadership, and finally, sports leadership. We are Sports City USA here in Frisco, so we have all of those different camps represented through our guests of the show. We also have rotating co-hosts. My co-hosts today are Debbie Watson from Team Watson Redeemers and Ethan Donovan of the Donovan Creative Agency. Welcome them on today. We also have Nathan Smith. Special shout out to him producing the show today behind the scenes. Lyndon Wilson, the creator of The Difference, is on a much needed vacation in the mountains. So Nathan, thank you for producing the show today and all the other stuff that you do for The Difference. Managing director, host of the Plano show, superhero Nathan Smith. So thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yep. Awesome. Debbie and Ethan, good to see you guys. How are you?
Great.
Awesome. Well, pleasure to have you guys on again. Excited to have you guys on, and I know the guests that you're bringing on a bit, and so excited to see them. What I also want to mention too, besides the rotating co-host, we also have a rotating business topic of the month. We are talking about cause-based collaboration in the month of June. So cause-based collaboration, collaborative marketing for innovative branding is the official topic of the month. We will be diving into that, second segment of the show. In this first segment, we're just doing quick intros. So I'm going to hand it over to the co-hosts. We'll go ladies first. Debbie, it's all yours. Go ahead and introduce your guest today.
Great. Well, Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers, where I'm passionate about fostering financial literacy through education and comprehensive solutions. My goal is to empower individuals to take control of their finances, redeem their lives, and achieve true financial freedom. My guest today is Cyndi Flores. She is a wife. She is a mom of 2 boys, 5 and 8. And after searching for the right school for her kids, she found one in the Acton Academy, but she was either going to have to move or she was going to have to start one herself. So leaving a career as an attorney, she now is the founder of the Acton Academy here in Frisco. So welcome, Cyndi. What are you so excited about being on the show today?
Thank you, Debbie, for having me. Yes, I am so excited about just learning more about other people in our community who are doing amazing things and being able to share what we're trying to do.
Awesome.
Love that. Well, welcome, Cyndi. It's a pleasure to have you on today. Excited to learn more about your academy and, more importantly, what started that and what birthed that idea with you. So we'll get into that a little bit later in the show. Ethan, I want to turn it over to you. Why don't you tell us who you are, what you do, and intro your guest as well?
Absolutely. My name is Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. where we offer social media marketing, graphic design, video editing, and videography. We also offer a free business consulting call for those who are interested in learning more about marketing or how to market better for their primary target market. Today, my guest is Megan. She is in the health insurance industry with the Hive of the Happily Insured. And one thing I can say about this lady is that she's absolutely amazing, and she will always find the perfect plan for you, no matter the cost or what you want within that health plan. Megan, I'm excited to have you on today. What are you looking forward to the most?
I'm looking forward to the most. For one, just being on here is pretty cool. I really appreciate Ethan for thinking of me, and he is ahead of the game, already asking me health insurance questions after meeting with him once. So I am just hoping to bring some knowledge, education to the health insurance world, because I found that is lacking, even though everybody needs it and uses it. So hopefully I can share some insights about that.
Awesome. Well, Megan, we look forward to hearing what inspired you to start your agency. And yes, I will give a shout out to Ethan. Ethan as being the youngest member of the Difference, and he's in a great role, and his company does exactly what a lot of us lack the skill set of when it comes to social media. So thank you all for being on the show today. Look forward to diving into you guys and the topic of the month. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. On the backside of that, we're going to talk about what's going on in Frisco, and then we'll dive into the topic of the month. So Nathan, go ahead and hit commercial break. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus; Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending; Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers; Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency; Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage; Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking; Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Frisco?
All right, welcome back. This is the What's Up Frisco segment. We're going to talk about what's going on around Frisco, and it's not just the stuff that you can Google off of the internet, although hopefully you will be able to find these things on the internet. These are more the local community things that, may not make the headlines, but may make the difference for your business or for whatever fundraising cause that we're going to talk about. So with that being said, Nathan, I'm not sure what the order you have going, but we'll start with ladies first, and we'll see whatever pops up on the screen. So, Debbie, I'm going to let you talk about your events, and we'll see if we could sync up with what Nathan has. If it's a different order, then whoever's event it is, we'll take over. But we'll start with you.
Okay. Well, I will until he gets that popped up. Just remind everyone, the Rough Riders are a very sponsor of our show. They are in town this weekend, and they actually are in town for the 4th of July. So you can go out there either this weekend or on the 4th and share in the fireworks. There also is on the 3rd and 4th Frisco Freedom Fest that'll be going on in the Frisco Square, and then fireworks on the fairway at the PGA. So we also have Cece. Actually, 2 weeks ago, Cece's Angels was on our show, and she is having a fundraiser brunch for Hope, which actually she has donated a table for the Community Difference. So actually several of us will be able to attend that in support. That is next July 13th from 10 to 12. So if you are interested in learning more about that, definitely we'll be sharing it on our website.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. And Ethan, what's up, Frisco?
So today is going to be my one shameless plug. Donovan Creative Agency is running a giveaway thanks to our partnership with the Community Difference. We are giving away 4 rodeo mesquite tickets to the championship that are available at any time from June to August. All you have to do is go to our Facebook at Donovan Creative Agency and just follow the steps there, and you can win 4 free tickets to the rodeo.
So I will say that that's not totally shameless, because that dovetails very nicely into the topic of the month, and that's collaboration, right? So cause-based collaboration. They are one of our partners. I know Nathan's got a little bit more on them here coming up here in the segment, but yeah, the Mesquite Rodeo is one of our partners, and Ethan is creatively using a way to incorporate them along with his business. So very good ad, young man. All right. My turn, I think. I think first up we may have Michael's Meals. Oh, we're going to talk about, there it is, Michael's Meals. So this is a Texas Hold'em tournament. So if you're a card player, if you're a poker player, Michael Copeland, who is the owner of a Farmers Insurance branch or a book of business, he is hosting another annual Texas Hold'em tournament. It's going to be July 13th at noon. We've got Tom Rowe Memorial as the headliner. Tom was a local businessman who passed away a couple months ago, and Michael is doing this in his honor, as well as raising funds for his nonprofit called Michael's Meals. And what that is, Michael puts together. He's a former chef, as many of you here locally know. He's a former chef, and he puts together Thanksgiving Day meals and delivers them to families in need. So that is where the profits are going. All the information is up there on the screen. If you're a card player, if you're not a card player, it's a great cause. It's a great time, more importantly. So, come on out and support Michael's Meals. And then we talk about the Knack Theater here. Knack Theater is located in downtown Frisco, just east of the railroad tracks. It's a small theater venue, specifically built small, so it's cozy, and it's a community theater built by Knack Construction and Knack Development. They have, while it may be a small theater, they have a pretty big act coming, and this is in October, so we're promoting it very early. But October 18th and 19th, this guy, if you haven't seen him, he's all over TikTok, he's all over Facebook and the Reels and all that. He does card tricks. He's a freaking magician with cards. He does some incredible things, and I guess it's probably sleight of hand to some degree, but it's not any trickery other than he does it all under your nose. So he does it on. Check him out on all the socials. He's very active, but he's coming live. He does live shows throughout the country in big cities. So we're pretty blessed to have him at the Knack Theater here in Frisco coming up in October. That will sell out. So if you want to see him, if you've seen him online, he's a trip. He's funny. He's sarcastic. And he's probably maybe R-rated. I don't know, PG-13 R-rated, but he puts on a heck of a show. So check that out. And then I think Debbie mentioned it really briefly, but the Frisco Square holds live music every Friday. It's live music. It's BYOB. It's a great time. I've been there. It's starting to get a little warm, so this is the last week that it's available. Downtown Frisco, the new side of town in the Frisco Square by the City Hall there. Come check it out. It's the last week. Just wanted to make sure people are aware of that one. And I think that's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to our guests who also have some things to talk about. So, Cyndi, let's start with you. If you don't mind sharing your information, that would be great.
Yes, I am so excited to promote one of our kidpreneurs. That's the nickname we give our learners who start a business each year. Angelique is 9 years old, and she started her first business this year during our 6-week entrepreneurship quest. It's called Candle Magic. She participated and successfully negotiated a deal with an investor at our Shark Tank Challenge, and then went on to participate in our Acton Children's Business Fair. And she was one of 85 entrepreneurs to present their businesses to real customers for real money. She had some leftover inventory, and so she's having a sale, and she filmed a little commercial, and you can see it on our Acton Academy Frisco Facebook page or Instagram. It's spelled Acton, Acton Academy. And if you are not on either of those platforms, you can just text 469-215-0859. Her candles are non-toxic, and she made them herself. They are citrus, and they make great gifts, party favors, or if you just need to freshen up your own home, it's a great way to get what you need, but also support a kidpreneur. So we appreciate anyone's support for Candle Magic.
Love that. And how old is she?
She is 9 years old.
Wow.
The next
That's awesome.
generation. The next generation.
That is awesome. And she's on trend too. So smart young lady. Love that.
Very much so. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing that, Cyndi. And get out there and buy those candles, folks. That's awesome. Megan, what do you have for us today?
So great minds think alike, Debbie, because I was totally going to talk about the Freedom Fest. I am actually going to run the 5K. So the third is the 5K from 6 to 10. They got a cornhole tournament at 6:30. They have the dash hound race, which I don't have one of those, but they do have a doggy parade at 8 where you get to dress your doggy up, show off your dog doing a trick. And then she's going to walk with me because I'm pretty sure it's going to be hot still. So I would like to run, but I know she won't be able to make it the whole way. So we're going to do the walk at 9. I know there's still 1,200 so there's 1,200 people that can sign up, and I was the 397th person to sign up for that one. If you also do the December race, you can actually do the Fire and Ice package, which is pretty cool, and get that medal in December. So that's what's going on in Frisco. Then there is a networking event called Mamapreneur. That is actually hosted by Robin. She has a Mamapreneur podcast that she started in Plano. She is hosting a network event every month. And she actually is going to be having one at the Pork and Tavern this Saturday at 10 a.m. So I think that's pretty cool. And I got to say yeehaw to Ethan. Maybe that will make me get those tickets. And that's all I got.
Awesome. Well, love that. Love that. So thank you for bringing all those to our attention. I think we covered it all. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. I also saw Vanessa Cole checked in as well. What's up, Vanessa? Thank you for watching. There she is. Thank you. And I thought we saw one other person come through, but I will say, Nathan, you are all over getting the information up there. So thank you for producing today. I'm going to give it a 1, 2, 3 here countdown. Going once, going twice. Sold. Okay, so we are done officially wrapping up the What's Up Frisco. Lots to do. Get out there. And then obviously we've got the 4th of July, so lots of stuff going on there, as Debbie mentioned in Frisco. So, all right, what we're going to do now, as I mentioned at the top of the show, we have a rotating business topic of the month. This month, we have had a lot of great points on cause-based collaboration, cause-based marketing. The topic is officially cause-based collaboration, collaborative marketing for innovative branding. Let me just ask the group here. I mean, cause-based marketing could mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So there is no wrong answer here, but I love to hear people's perspective on what do you consider cause-based marketing? What is your definition of cause-based marketing? And we'll ask Cyndi first. How do you view that topic? How do you define that?
So for the last 2 episodes that I watched, I actually learned a lot about cause-based marketing from you guys. So thanks for that.
I love to hear that you guys are doing your homework. So
well, I like to come prepared, but I didn't realize I was actually doing it. And I guess it can take different forms. So for us, what it kind of looks like is, because we don't use teachers at our school, we use guides because one person cannot be an expert in everything. So we bring mentor experts in, and they, like, for example, if we're doing forensic science, we'll bring a detective in. We've had people from all backgrounds come in to help, whether it was, for our entrepreneurship quest or even just like for our culture and geography quest. And so what we do is they share their wisdom with our learners, and then we will post videos and photos on our social media promoting them, their organization or their business. And so hopefully we can return the favor in that way. And then in addition to that, we definitely utilize the Acton Children's Business Fair, which is a nonprofit, and we bring in learners from any school who want to participate in that fair. So any child who wants to experience entrepreneurship, even though they don't do the 6-week building a business quest, they still get to show up with their product. And then hopefully that spreads the word so that more children can be exposed to that. So that's kind of how it looks like for us.
Awesome. Well, I love that. What we're going to do real quick here is we've got another commercial break. We got several people chiming in here in the comments. So Suzanne, good to see you. Thanks for the first timer. Love to see that. Thanks for watching. We got Day, hi, a fellow Friscan or Friscoan. I don't know what I've heard us called before. So thank you all for watching. We're going to take a real quick commercial break. On the back end, we're going to continue this topic and diving into what is the definition of cause-based collaboration. And then I'd love to hear some examples from you guys of what you've seen work, what you haven't seen work, how you utilize it, that sort of thing. So we'll get into that on the backside here, but Nathan, go ahead and hit commercial. We'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
And now, back to the show.
Okay, welcome back, guys. Great topic and great information here on cause-based collaboration. If you missed it on the front end of the commercial, we were talking about what is cause-based collaboration, right? So as Cyndi mentioned, we've been talking about this and she's done her homework and watched a couple previous shows. So we have gone pretty deep on this topic. Everybody has a little bit different spin on it. Debbie, what I'd like you to do, I know you've got a couple questions that you want to ask our guests. I'm going to hand it over to you, and let's dive a little bit deeper into this topic.
Sure. Yeah. So, Cyndi, what strategies have you found effective when informing cross-sector partnerships to enhance the impact? I know you have something currently that you're working with to help your children, even help other children. So can you go into a little bit about that?
Sure. So one of the things that we do is we invite people from the community, like I said, to be mentors. And I'll just zero in on our entrepreneurship since I know we have a lot of business owners probably watching. But what we do is we ask them to serve as sharks in our Shark Tank Challenge. And then we ask them, whoever can still serve as a judge for the Children's Business Fair, because it is a judged event with prizes. And one thing that I think is so helpful is really just involving people from the community and showing the children like this is, these are ways you can also contribute to the community. So it's a win-win. And in terms of marketing, I think that just happens organically by everyone just knowing about each other. So in the future, if someone hears about, you're an entrepreneur, you should really look at helping out Acton Academy. And there's 5 or 6 in the DFW area, so there's plenty of opportunities. It's not the purpose of why we do the Children's Business Fair. It's not the purpose, but indirectly it ends up spreading the word. And I think it's not a real strategy because I didn't really do it intentionally, but it just helps because it's almost like it's a kind of a networking. And then also because the mentors have to actually attend an event in person, they really get to see how the school works. And everyone has always been amazed when they come in to watch, how do these children run their own school? How is this happening? And it's not super, Lord of the Flies chaotic. Yeah. So I think it's just, for me, it's just more of like, hey, we're here. This is what we're doing. How can we help you? How can, you help us? And we will always post, on social media, thanking whoever has contributed. And also, we give special shout outs at the business fair for those who had, helped judge or serve as shark. Yeah.
Yeah. I know when you said that, I had been to the academy and literally I was there for 2.5 hours, just amazed at these young children and how they were leading themselves. And then it made me even, we've had Franklin Edwards on the show, Franklin, the helper Franklin. And I know I introduced him to you and he actually was one of the Shark Tank judges. So again, it's that collaboration. If I didn't know what Cyndi was doing and I was just so amazed, and then I knew that there were young entrepreneurs, because I think I've even mentioned to you about having Ethan come talk to the kids, because these are young entrepreneurs, and that's, what you're trying to do and help and establish that. So it's those connections and that collaboration across the board that we can help each other. So for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Go ahead. No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say absolutely, and to top it all off, I mean, just being a young guy and kind of growing into the entire scene of entrepreneurship, I think it's difficult at first, to get your foot on the ground, to find your spot, to get your voice, and I think the founder the Acton Academy, is just absolutely amazing for those kids to really understand that they don't have to be workhorses. I mean, that's why I changed why I didn't go to a different job or, just work at a Chick-fil-A or something, because I wanted something different and better off for myself. And I just think that Acton does a really good job, just kind of getting out of that worker mindset, but more of that creative mindset as well.
Yeah, well, they should know that it's an option. It's not for everyone, but it's an option. And because they've, started a business every year. My son is 8 and he's on his 3rd business. It's about learning each time. You fail, you messed up on something, you correct for next time. And he graduates. By the time any of these learners graduate, they would have started several businesses and kind of learned from those mistakes along the way. And, if they choose not to do it, that's fine. But at least they're comfortable. They know how to do cost analysis. They know how to do branding. They have thought through ideation and receive feedback. So they go through all the steps. And so it's not like they're out on their own for the first time, just trying to learn from scratch. So
yeah, that's a great way to put it, especially being comfortable with and being an entrepreneur. Because I think once you're an entrepreneur, you're stepping out. Like, you are blind everywhere you go. You have a mask around you. So I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I like that aspect too of, failure's okay. The old concept of failing forward, right? So what's the best way to learn? You screw something up a few times and you quickly learn how to do it right. The traditional school system is you're graded on a, 90, 80, 70, 60 scale, A, B, C, D, F. And, failure is absolutely the worst thing. But in business, yeah, we're all going to fail. All good business people have failed at some point in their careers. So it's what you take out of that propels you forward. And teaching that at a young age is something that is just so unique that I think is pretty awesome. So love that. Ethan, I think you had a question that you were going to ask as well. So I'm going to hand it over to you, my man.
I do. My question's for Megan really quickly. My question would be, what do you use as far as cause-based collaboration goes? How do you market yourself, whether online or in person? And I say in person too, because one of the best ways, I guess I would put it, is CC's Brunch, for instance. That's a great way to do a cause-based collaboration. It's for a charity. We're auctioning off things. I mean, that's 101, like amazing for the charity and everybody else. So what exactly are you doing to kind of get your foot through the door as far as marketing strategies go?
So many. So the way that I look at it as is being a new entrepreneur, you kind of said it best. Like I knew where I was going to start and I can see the end, but the whole middle is a blur. And what direction do you go? What do you do? It's about finding people, who, like Brian said, I know there's a lot of health insurance, experts, agents, whatever you want to call them out there. But I've got to figure out what's going to set me apart from everyone else. And it is somebody who's going to be able to, I sat down with a friend who gave me inspiration to figure out what colors I wanted to use, how I wanted to go about doing it. And it became easy. So it's finding these little nuggets along the way that inspire you to keep going and what you're going to help people with. So you stand for a cause, what you believe in. It's supporting other people and what they're doing and working together to become successful together. So like when I met Debbie, it was an instant connection. And we talked about like how we want to do lunch and learns for realtors because we could be a little duo and we have, things to set them up for success. So a lot of us on here have something to offer small business owners. Frisco has 100 small businesses in a square mile, and it's 224,000 people. So right there is a lot of people to help. And it's just going to continue to grow. It's a lot of people to connect with and finding like your referral partners, how you can create a network that if I can't help somebody, I want to know that I send them to the right person that I can trust, that does it right like me, that has the same values like me, that will take care of them in the same way that I would if they send them to me. Right. So I really think it's a lot to do with partnerships. It's a lot to do with standing for a cause and knowing what that is and getting through to people. And then having people in your corner that support you as well as you supporting them in return.
Yeah, I love that. It is when Megan and I first met, because we do know each other before this, that I knew she was a new entrepreneur in her area. And so, I love to help and guide in that and just, give ideas. So there was this definite connection. But Cyndi, I wanted to ask one other question because I know that you have a project that you actually are teaching the kids a way that they could give to maybe a child that is going through something right now. So would you share a little bit, what that is?
Oh, yes. So it's something new that we're still trying to figure out. And so, of course, I'll welcome any feedback and help from those in the community. But what we want to do is create sort of a communication between our learners and children who might be stuck at home or in the hospital, not able to attend school, and kind of establish a pen pal, even if it's, it can be the old-fashioned way and they can both practice handwriting, or it can be by email. One of the main pillars in Acton Academy is perseverance and grit. there's been a lot of talk about that being highly correlated with being successful, not just in your career, right, but in life, because life is just, one struggle after the other. So all day long, we're talking about perseverance at Acton. And I think that that is something that you have to have when you are going through, a medical problem or something that affects you physically or emotionally. And so we would like to, again, try to infuse good into the world, into our community, and at the same time, hopefully keep these, connect with these children and try to inspire them the way we inspire our own learners to be perseverant, and then also establish connections and friendships between our learners and them, and to practice gratitude, because I think in those situations, sometimes we take our health for granted. And then also I think gratitude is something that has gotten me through a lot of struggles. Like, okay, what can I be grateful for, even though I'm going through this? So I feel like, if there's anybody out there who has connections where we could help, make this project happen, we would love to do that, just to make a difference in these children's lives and hopefully make their day just a little bit brighter.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that for sure. Ethan, I think you had another question that you wanted to float out there. I'm gonna kick it over to you.
I do as well. So Megan, you were talking more about how if you couldn't help that family or that specific business or person, you wanted to refer it to somebody like trust. My question for you is, how crucial is that referral and that relationship with those other people, and how are you creating those relationships with them to where you refer them and they refer you? Because at the end of the day, although it's still a referral, that's still collaboration at its least.
No, that's a great point. Basically, what I'm doing, because getting so new and in networking, I made it a point to get to know one person from 2 network groups that I'm in. I take an hour each week to get to know one person from each group. That's what I'm working on building, because for one, I want to know maybe how Medicaid works. I don't offer that. But I want to help somebody if they came to me, especially in Texas, needed help. I would like to be able to partner with somebody instead of just saying, I know I can find the next office for you, but let me direct you to somebody. I found a great public marketplace plan person that I talk to several times a week. And I've actually been on a call with him helping my client. Why I also got to help him in a different way after he helped him. So I got him some supplementals while he got the base plan. It's basically still staying connected. Like, I don't just talk to these people and say, okay, it was great to get to know you. You're reaching out to them, on a weekly basis. I get to see some of you guys on a weekly basis, but also it's still supporting each other when we're not around. It's like when you do a post, I want to support you in whatever that is and refer you in groups and a post. There's kind of those little touches that you're getting support, even though you might not have that hour to talk to them that week. But know that you can rely on that person. Or like Debbie referred a person to me. She reached out to me to help her friend. I let her know that I helped him and kind of what the outcome was. So just letting them know that you actually took care of that person for you, right, or what you couldn't do for them, but you referred them this way. So I think it's definitely just building those relationships and those connections, but sustaining them and retaining them. Just like if somebody were to become my client, I'm not going to just say, all right, you got insurance now, good luck. They're going to be able to call me up whenever they need help. I'm going to reach out to them on a 30-day, 60-day, 90-day, the renewal, their birthday. So you just got to stay connected, because to me, that's what a relationship is. It's like building a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. You support each other. You're there for each other. You stay connected.
Absolutely. There's a couple points that I absolutely loved. One of them was just that you are continuing to expand your skill set and looking for other options for your clients and your leads. That's always amazing. We're always trying to give our very best to whoever it is. As the second one is that you're always providing one-on-one time with at least one person. I think it's great that you're getting out there, you're connecting more and more, and you're really starting to reap the benefits of it. I just have one more question for you, and that is, how do you stay in touch with those leads, stay in touch with those referrals, and just kind of keep the conversation going week after week? And what are some of maybe the strategies you use along the way?
Well, definitely the strategies is just keeping in contact with them. Like I said, kind of where if you can't always get to pick up the phone, text them, you know, send them happy little emoji during the week. I hope you're having a good day, or how's your week going? It's just like the thought, like, I'm still here in your corner if you need me. And it's also about other referrals. Like, you do social media, I'm eventually going to end up working with you on something, because social media is huge. I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I hired somebody to help me get this going. But also, I know I'm going to need help later, because things change and grow. And it's nice to have these people that you can be like, oh, I know this person who does this and I like them. I want to work with them.
Right.
So maybe I don't get to use everybody's service right away, but once you start knowing them and know them as a true person, not just their service, you know that you can refer them, your clients are going to be safe in their hands. So that's what it's about.
And I love those answers. Good questions, Ethan. One thing that we talked about when we first kicked off this topic, and I asked it up front, the definition of cause-based collaboration means a little something different to everybody. One definition that I had found when I was doing my research on the topic was, it was really simply put, and I really liked it, so I wrote it down. It's a company does well by doing good. So think about that. A company does well by doing good. And it goes in line with, Megan, what you were saying. You want to collaborate with folks that are like-minded. So my question, I guess, is around the motivation factor, right? So the motivation being, a company does well by doing good. And to me, that's a self-feeding mindset, I guess you can say. Cyndi, I'm going to ask a question to you, given the fact that your business, your school, that's kind of the motto, is you do well when your students do good, and you're doing good by teaching them in a very unique way. How do you interpret that definition? Does that resonate with you? Does that resonate with your business model? And I guess secondarily, I think I know the answer to this, but does that inspire you to go on in the day-to-day? Because I feel like it does, but I want to hear your perspective.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was just listening to a clip where Steve Jobs says you have to be passionate about what you do, because if you're an entrepreneur, it's so hard that if you don't love what you're doing, you're just going to give up. And there's plenty of times where I have thought, wow, this is a lot, and if it had been a dry cleaner or a dry cleaning business, or, a nail salon or something, I would have been done a long time ago. But this is certainly a passion project, and I'm doing this for the well-being of children, the children in our community who deserve to have an option like this, not to mention my own children. So certainly it keeps me going. And then also being able to hopefully long-term be part of something bigger, where, there's over 320 campuses all over the world now. And we are kind of just parents disrupting education. And it really needs to be viewed as really the future. Maybe not the exact way we do it, but the overall model is something that should hopefully spread so that most children can have access to it, because I think most children can benefit from a learning environment where they have more freedom and practice more responsibility and more failure in an environment where that's celebrated, as opposed to having a stigma attached to making mistakes. So I think yes, The short answer is yes, absolutely.
That's what I figured, but I wanted to hear your deeper
Yes.
version, and you've done that very well.
Yeah, doing good. I actually learned that from one of the parents of one of our learners. She said, you just need to go out there and do good and things will just happen. And I hope she's watching because I'm spreading her wisdom out to everyone else.
There you go.
She's
Well,
right.
yeah, and I love just like anything else that's disruptive, right? What you're doing is disruptive in the education from the traditional education sense, right? So, and I like that long-term vision of maybe that's the route that we need to incorporate, certainly more in the traditional education. Maybe it doesn't go all the way to your end of the spectrum because it does, and I'm sure you'll say this out of your own mouth, it doesn't fit everybody, but it certainly fits those that, have that mindset and that skill set and that learning style. And I love the disruptive nature of that. So, look, guys, we are going to have to take another commercial break. That will wrap up the direct discussion on the topic of the business topic of the month of cause-based collaboration. That was some awesome input. Certainly unique to what we've already talked about in the month. So that's why I love the show is you get a different perspective every week depending on who you're talking to. So I appreciate you guys sharing your input and wisdom on the topic. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into Megan and Cyndi's inspiration as to why they started their business and what drives them on the day-to-day. So with that, Nathan, go ahead and take it to commercial break.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party.
Everyone deserves access to affordable health insurance, but with traditional insurance, costs can be high and getting coverage can be complicated. JP Direct Health is a simpler, more affordable way to get the health coverage you need. With plans for individuals, families, and small businesses, you can save money on monthly premiums without the need for physicals. At jpdirecthealth.com, we specialize in customizing coverage to fit almost every budget with affordable PPO plans and many other benefits. With over 100 5-star Google reviews, JP Direct Health is a trusted resource making health insurance affordable and accessible for everyone year-round. Affordable health insurance solutions are a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Visit jpdirecthealth.com today and see how much you can save.
I'm always here to help. Thank you.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home from June 11th through the 16th against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Enjoy fireworks from the field and NASCAR night presented by the Texas Motor Speedway on June 14th, Mutt Cuts night, a tribute to Dumb and Dumber on June 15th, and Father's Day and Dallas Black Giants Day on June 16th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the future stars of your Texas Rangers.
Are you or someone you know pregnant or planning to conceive? Caitlin Smith is both a certified childbirth doula and instructor offering childbirth classes to couples wanting an unmedicated, physiological birth outside of the hospital setting. Caitlin has served the local community since 2021 and specializes in working closely with midwives, all while best supporting a mother's physical body, her partner, and the birth environment. You can contact Caitlin through Instagram at thismamadoula or email her at caitlinsmithdoula@gmail.com to learn more about childbirth classes or her doula services.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All right, welcome back. We just finished wrapping up the discussion of cause-based collaboration, and we had some great input. thank you, ladies, for that input, and my co-host, of course. One of our co-hosts, or one of our sponsors, the Frisco Fighters, I have a football from them. We've got more information coming on this topic as well, but we're going to be enhancing and expanding our partnership with them, and perhaps be doing a little bit of cause-based marketing with them as well. So more to come on that. I did want to tease that a little bit before we got into our next segment, which is diving deeper on our guests. And this is the part where you get to share with the audience, what inspired you to start what you're doing right now. Everybody has a different winding road as to how we got to what we're doing this day today. So with that, Cyndi, I'm going to kick it over to you and just, I guess, a couple questions, right? So what inspired you? You went from being an attorney to starting a really unique school system and school platform. And then the second part of that is why Frisco for that. So with that, I'll let you answer.
Sure. So it was an accident. We were trying to move to Frisco, and for many reasons. And I was looking at schools, and I just went down the rabbit hole on the internet, and I found this school in Austin, and they didn't have it here at that time. And so I called my husband and I said, we really need to move because our kids have to go to the school. And I didn't know I could apply to open one, and I did. I went ahead and applied. I don't think he really believed me that I was going to do it, because 9 months later, I was accepted, and he
had your baby.
Yeah, I was pregnant at the time. I think he just thought I was pregnant and crazy. So maybe both are true, but I was accepted. And really what attracted me to this was it was a documentary style video on YouTube about Acton Academy. And basically, when you're asked, or when I was asked, what do you want to release your children into the world at age 18 possessing? It never crossed my mind to say, I want them to be able to, complete or calculate, algebraic equations at 95% chance or higher. It was always things like problem solving and being a good communicator and being kind and having, good leadership skills and, all the things you would want your child to have so that, if something were to happen to you, they're going to be okay. Right. And also that they're also going to just be successful in life, not just, in their job. So that just made sense to me. And I've witnessed so much growth in the learners that I've been with for now. We're going into our 4th year. And I can tell you about the school later. I want to make sure I answer your 2 questions, though. You asked why Frisco? So yes. That's a good question. So this is a very innovative model. It's very forward thinking. It's all about the 21st century. This is a response to having to memorize in traditional school and regurgitate facts and everybody moving in lockstep together. And so when I thought about, at the time we were living in another city, I'm not going to say which one, but I didn't feel like that city had that kind of vibe. I felt like Frisco, the community here has always been on the cutting edge of progress and development and new ideas. And I just thought it would be a better fit for the school.
Okay, I like it. Well, that's we won't compare local municipalities and putting it down, but I love the fact that Frisco was appealing in that regard. So no, that's awesome. So thank you for sharing that. Megan, I want you to share your story as well. I know you shifted gears and have a like most of us, right? We've had a different path with multiple different experiences to get to where we're at today. So if you wouldn't mind sharing your story and what inspired you to start your agency.
Well, I kind of fell into it. I didn't know what I wanted to do after getting back into the workforce. After having my son and taking a year and a couple months off, I knew more what I didn't want to do than what I wanted to do. And I just ended up coming to an interview and was like, I guess I'm going to sell some health insurance. So I went home, and my mother-in-law, who's actually on Suzanne, she told me how good it would be because she knew people who did it. And Successful they were. And, for my kiddo, I really want, I've worked retail my entire life and made a really good career out of it. Crazy enough as it sounds, but I did really well. And I was like, well, I don't want to go back there and make that kind of money and have to be on someone else's time. And then I have to manage all these people. The stress that comes with it, the holidays time that comes with it away from my kiddos. So I wanted to, try doing this where I can be creative. I got to, pick my own colors, my logo's done. I got to name my agency and just have that creativeness that I love because I'm crafty that way. And then also eventually I'll get to whatever my son chooses to do, whether it's band or art or karate or baseball. I hope to, I'll get to be there and watch him play his games and be an active mom in his school. Those are things that I strive, to be. And then also it's about helping people in a different way. So a lot of people I found very uneducated on healthcare. I mean, even I had employer coverage, but I never knew what it did when I went to go use it. So I'm all about helping people figure it out, being an advocate for small business owners who don't have access to employee coverage. They have to have someone to be able to guide them to the best plans that fit their needs. And that's what I want to be able to help with, whether they're individual or supporting a family or wanting to offer it to their team and not wanting to pay mandated, group pricing. I come in and work with them and work on an individualized approach on whatever needs they need. Maybe their employees need, maybe they don't even can pay for it, but they just want somebody they can trust to help set them up. Because when you show people that you care, it retains them. And I know about turnover. It sucks having to train and retrain people if they're not happy and you showing that you don't care. So I think that's important. I don't get to sell them diamonds and wish them, happy anniversary or congratulations on your proposal or dress them for their new career or stuff like that. But I do get to help them in a sense of giving them security and protection and knowing that they're going to be able to be taken care of when they go use that insurance. So, I mean, I think it's a different perspective now that I'm 40 and have a kid. I know how important coverage is when you got a kiddo.
That's awesome. Cyndi, real quick, I'm going to ask Cyndi a real quick question, and Ethan will have one. But Cyndi, real quick, can you just tell me, how did you grow up always wanting to be an attorney, and then you switch to, okay, now I'm going to run a school, and I understand where it came from, your heart, but how do you kind of transition? And is an attorney what you always wanted to be, or? So just tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so being an attorney is something that everyone in my family thought that I should be because I like to talk. And when I was younger, I loved to argue. So they said, okay, that's what you need to do. And so, my parents were immigrants. So if you're a parent of an immigrant and you're listening, you know that your choices were probably doctor, lawyer, engineer. But I loved it. I worked as a prosecutor for a while. I did, I got to do some good as an attorney, but I always knew it wasn't going to be forever. And really, when I was a child, I was always interested in teaching others. And even when I was working at the Capitol on legislation, I was working on I chose education legislation. When I wanted to go to committee meetings and listen, it was always the higher education committee. So he was always kind of there, but I didn't acknowledge that, that didn't feel like an option until it was presented to me. And so this was not a big jump for me. What is hard though, is that because we don't teach, I cannot speak answers. I cannot do what I want to do, which is let me help you with this and let me tell you how to do it. It's done the way it's done in law school, which is answering a question with another question. And that helps with critical thinking, because whether the question is, where is the stapler, or whether the question is, I don't understand the passage I just read, we cannot spoon feed the answer to them, because then you're robbing the child of the opportunity to actually learn to learn. So.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got time for one more quick question before we hit our last break and then get into our rapid fire. So, Ethan, I think you've got one question, and we'll keep the answer to 30 seconds and then roll.
Absolutely. So I'm going to piggyback off of Debbie. I actually had it already ready to go, but Debbie brought up, past for Cyndi. You were going into school for criminal justice. So how did that play out before getting into health insurance?
Well, you have to work while you go to school to make money and live on your own. So fashion and making people feel good is what I enjoyed. I went to school for criminal justice because, there's always going to be people committing crimes. You're always going to have a job. That's my theory on it. But people need health insurance, and I'll always have a job, but I'll be able to help them in a positive way. So it's just about making them feel good. I love making people feel good. So it's a passion of mine.
Awesome. Well, Pam, I saw your comment there. Yes, we figured out our technical difficulty. Ethan, our technological genius over there, Ethan had the wrong mic plugged in or wrong input going into his computer. So hopefully we have solved that problem. Had to call you out on that one, Ethan. It's all part of the fun.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Yeah, all part of the fun of the show. All right, with that, guys, we're going to take our last commercial break before the rapid, and on the backside of that, we're going to do rapid fire questions. So, buckle up your seatbelts, get ready to go. Nathan, go ahead and take us to commercial.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Are you ready?
Rapid fire.
All right, welcome to the fun part of the show. I shouldn't say fun because we're all fun, but the most easygoing part of the show, except for those that are on the hot seat here surrounding me on the screen. This is where I'm going to go around the horn and I'm going to ask a question, and you're going to try to answer it as quickly as possible. If you get into a long-winded answer, you may receive the buzzer. If you supply a really good answer, you may receive some applause. Nathan is in control of that, so it's up to his discretion as to whether your answer passes his test or not. So the first question I'm going to ask, I usually ask if your bed is made. People have already gamed me on that one who have seen the show. I know Debbie, I've already changed her personal habits because she makes sure every Thursday her bed is made so she can answer honestly yes.
Exactly.
So I'm going to change it up a little bit. The question is, what time, and this resonates with me because as I've gotten older, my body just naturally does it now, but what time do you normally wake up in the morning? Cyndi, we're going to start with you.
Normally around 5:30 or 6.
Okay.
When we're in school.
Yeah, that's fair. You can have a summer and a non-summer answer. Megan, what about you?
Yep, 5:30 and 6 naturally.
Yep.
Even the weekends though.
It's right at 6 o'clock, like clockwork.
Yep. Ethan, what about you? This will be interesting from the younger perspective.
I'm a wide range type of guy. 7 to 10, 7 to 10.
He's young. It makes sense.
Yeah, either that one or the does not compute sound for that one because yeah, you're the same age as my son. For those of you guys who watch the show, you know he played hockey with my son. So if you're anything like him, sometimes he works early and has to get up early, but when it's up to himself, his body doesn't have a wake up call. So mine is like the others between 5:30 and 6, and I usually don't have to set an alarm clock because it's almost automatic now.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your softball question. I'm going to ask, let's see, since we're talking about collaboration and marketing in general, this one popped up earlier because I was listening to the radio. You can answer one of two ways. What's the most annoying song or commercial that you know of, or what's the most resonating song or jingle in a commercial that you've heard recently? So I'll give you guys a break, the guests a break. We're going to go the counterclockwise. Ethan, you're up first.
Me and my sister would always joke with jingles. The most resonated one I would say is O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I just always know that.
You can't say that one though, Ethan. You have to sing it.
I have to sing it.
Well,
wow.
No, I mean, that one in particular. I mean,
I think it goes O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
Auto Parts. Woo! Yep.
There we go.
I'm with you. Good one. That's a good. Debbie, what about you?
Well, I can't sing it, but I think it's just the commercial in general. I don't know if it's the music or what, but it's the standard commercial. I'm sorry if you have standard insurance, but every time that commercial went on.
All right, Megan, you're up.
You said songs. So the commercials that, I mean, they're sad. The Arms of an Angel, they just, I don't know, they get me every time. So it's kind of just when it comes on, I just want to turn off the TV and cry.
That's good. I mean, it's not good, but that's a good example. All right.
Makes you appreciate.
There you go. Cyndi, what about you?
I can't think of the exact song, but any car dealership or like commercial that are really loud, you know, those loud and obnoxious ones, especially the ones on the radio where it's like just blasting you and it's always a male voice. That, no offense to men, but it's like the type of voice that's just so annoying and in your face. And sorry, you can buzz me, but that's the first thing that came to mind is like, I have to turn that off right away.
You've been in a car wreck. You need to call.
Yeah, the Texas Hammer. I'm the Texas Hammer.
Yes.
Nathan, I want to get you involved in this one. Do you have one?
I mean, there's like, I think the Dalworth carpet cleaning was probably the first jingle that I remember as a kid. And since I'm producing, I can refuse to sing it. So but that's a good one. I could sing it, but I'm not going to.
I think you should, Nathan. I think you should.
We're running out of time. So
we got some more minutes.
So that answer sparked a different answer for me. Suzanne's husband agrees, so that's awesome. All right, so your answer, Nathan, sparked a good one for me. And I'm from the Chicago area, and anybody who's listening from the Chicago area, I guarantee you knows this jingle. It's Empire Carpeting, and it goes 588-2300 Empire.
They're here too. I've heard them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the company's fairly certain started in Chicago. So that's mine. Okay, next question. Let's see how much time we got. We got enough time for one or two more. Okay, let's go with the movie that you've seen the most. What is the movie that you've seen the most in your life? Cyndi, we'll start with you.
It's not because I was watching it. It's because my kids watched it over and over, and that's the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, it's just on repeat over here. So, yeah.
Got it. Megan.
Dirty Dancing.
Okay, good one. Debbie.
Hope Floats.
Okay, nice. Ethan.
I'm gonna need you to overlook this one, but Cars.
Oh, nothing wrong with Cars. It's all good. Mine would probably be on. I always watch it to the end, and it's a good movie. So that's it. Nathan, what about you?
Independence Day.
No, he's not going to chime in. I am cheating because I can see in the comments here his is Independence Day. So Nathan's is Independence Day. Okay, guys, I'm looking at my clock here. We are kind of up against it, so you can unbuckle your seatbelts now. We will end the rapid fire segment. You got off easy. I didn't ask you too hard of a question, but I do appreciate the answers, and we had a few good laughs. So thank you for that. What I want to do now is go around the horn. I want to make sure that everybody knows, is reminded who you are, what you do, most importantly, how to get a hold of you. And then what I'd like you guys to do is just share a final thought as to either your favorite part of being on the show today or what your key takeaway is from the show. So we'll start. I always guest first, ladies first. Megan, let's start with you.
Being on here has helped me, discover cause marketing. And I thank everybody for that, because it helps an entrepreneur really guide them in what they're trying to do and accomplish.
Awesome.
Tell us how we can get a hold of you.
Megan Shaffer. That's how you can find me on Facebook, 903-216-7056. Text me, call me, leave me a voicemail. And that's probably the easiest way. You can DM me through Facebook Messenger.
Awesome. Cyndi, you're up.
Cyndi Flores, founder of Acton Academy Frisco, where we believe that every child is a genius who deserves to find a calling and change the world. If you know of a family who might be a good fit, or if you are interested in being a mentor, which might be just a one-time 30-minute visit to our campus, and you don't have to have a bunch of letters after your name, anyone is an expert if you know about it. If you know how to make the best spaghetti sauce, you are an expert in spaghetti sauce. So you could reach me by email at cyndi@actonacademyfrisco.com. I think it's going across the bottom of the screen right now, or you can send a text or call me. I think that the most exciting thing for me about this show, just even existing, is that it helps make Frisco seem smaller and keep that small town vibe when you feel like some of the people who are working in the community and who can connect that way, because it's only going to get bigger and more populated and lose that small town feel. So I feel like this really helps create a sense of small community. So thanks for having me on. It was really fun.
Awesome.
Yep, our pleasure, and great point. That's part of the reason we're doing this, to bring everybody together at the community level. So thank you for saying that. All right, Debbie, go ahead and give us the goods.
Okay, Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Actually, I'm going to change. I have a new website, so go check it out. It's teamwatsonredeemers.com. So excited to finally have that in place. So be sure and check that out. You can give me a call at 214-801-7481. And I just appreciate today's show, because I actually do know Megan and Cyndi. So I'm so glad that you ladies were here, and all your wisdom was very great to hear. And we really appreciate you being our guest.
Awesome. Thank you, Debbie. Great thoughts. And Ethan, what about yourself?
My favorite part of the show is just hearing all the different point of views. I think that's the best part about collaboration is there's so many different point of views on every single topic. And so I just like to hear and think about what the different POVs are and how can we do it the best we possibly can. But I'm Ethan Donovan, CEO of Donovan Creative Agency, where we offer social media marketing, graphic design, videography, and video editing, as well as business consulting. If you are looking for a free consulting call, please reach out to me at 469-247-6522. We also have a contact us form on our website, donovancreativeagency.com, and my email.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. And I will reiterate those thoughts in that we are thankful for you ladies joining us today. Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your insights. Thank you for sharing your stories. That does wrap up our business topic of cause-based collaboration. Next month, we do have a new business topic. It's Beyond Referrals, developing strategic partnerships that create new business together. So it's actually very related to it, but more on the business topic. Nathan, thank you so much for producing in London's absence. We'll let him enjoy a few more days on the mountain. You did a great job as always, but thank you for doing that today. In the meantime, though, guys, just as a reminder, my name is Brian Poduska. I'm the owner of Real Property Management Focus, where we focus on your real estate investments so you don't have to. Have a very safe and happy weekend and happy 4th of July. We won't see you till after the break. So enjoy that. And until then, we will see y'all later. Bye now.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Frisco is made possible by Brian Poduska, owner of Real Property Management Focus. Paul Fisher, loan officer with Certainty Home Lending. Debbie Watson with Team Watson Redeemers. Ethan Donovan with Donovan Creative Agency. Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. Chance Post with Total Care ER and Total Care Networking. Matt England, Director of Corporate Partnerships, and Andre Coles, head coach of the Frisco Fighters Arena football team. And by Bethany Rowan, Realtor with Rowan Homes. The Community Difference Frisco. Together, we can make the difference.